For I, Fischl, am the Prinzessin der Verirrt... May the glory of the Prinzessin bring light to this world.
Understood. I just...
Give me half a chance, and I'll become an outstanding adventurer for sure.
Special. sale.
I
Come and try
created
some.
another.
The Sakura decree, the Vision Hunt decree. What could be next?
Give me half a chance, and I'll become an outstanding adventurer for sure.
Once, there was a glorious kingdom established among the heavens. From that kingdom came a crowned heir, tasked with seeking out the Genesis Pearl from the kingdom of darkness. The first crowned heir began her journey of seeking the pearl. But she was deceived, and the memory of her noble origins faded. She now believed that she was the queen of the kingdom of darkness. But take heart. A second crowned heir had already taken up the path where the first had stumbled. This is the story of your journey, of your tale to be told.
What could be next?
I do worry about the well-being of my retinue during my... Oz revealed by Rustin rebuild!
Transfiguration!
We've only just begun.
Taurus, bring refuge!
As you wish, make one fly high. The birds fall. One with nature.
My will embodied!
Do your master's bidding!
Let's end this quickly. I slept.
Terminus of the deep!
Fallen angels, adorn my night. The wind knows me.
By royal decree!
Into the wind.
Oz revealed by
That hurt!
Midnight Phantasmical
Transfiguration!
You will regret this!
Cryo incarnate! Clouds high. The birds call. The wind knows me.
Hold the line! By royal decree! Let's move out.
Into the wind. Fallen leaves. Adorn my
Billowing surge!
wind knows me. Clouds high. The birds come. Transfiguration.
By ordinance divine. Oz, reveal thyself.
Should replace my hammer.
Allow me.
No rest for the wicked.
Into the wind. Time to go. Time to go.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Thank you for completing to Ad Astra Ab Error.
Why do new explorers
Restaurant, that place isn't even...
Yeah.
Of the Ame Noma art is to have the patience to move mountains.
This scenery is wonderful. Surely enough to convince anyone to become a
There are
wanderer.
still documents that need to be seen by the Commissioner.
Fallen leaves, adorn my
Cryo incarnate! Covenants of the deep! Rest and rebuild!
clouds high, the birds call.
By royal decree!
Into the wind.
Billowing surge! My will embodied! Do your master's bidding!
One with nature. As one with wind and cloud.
Wings of darkness! Come, sever night from day! Hold the line!
Time to go.
Is there anything in the world that will satisfy my taste? Satisfy my taste buds.
my seasonings.
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade, it is the last link I have to the land of my birth.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Boba, get them! Covenant of the Deep, allow me!
By ordinance divine!
You're toast! That really hurt!
The wind knows me. As one with wind and cloud!
Torrent, bring refuge! Rest and rebuild!
I shall protect the Lady of the Clan.
I'm sure the Kami-sama plan. Behold, the Prinzessin der Verurteilung.
Hold the line!
Take your true form!
No rest for the wicked.
Do your master's bidding!
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
At the frying pan, into the fire! I summon thee! Rest and rebuild!
My will embodied!
Covenant of the Deep! Let's move out.
What's our objective?
I won't hold you back!
What's one more?
Transfiguration! By ordinance divine!
Time for retribution!
Off we go! Teamwork is dreamwork! Let's...
Here comes the hunted. Suffocate!
Unleash! Shoo!
Billowing surge!
Verticus! I got careless. Another testament. One strike will suffice.
I'm going in!
Time for retribution!
Cryo incarnate! My will embodied!
Allow me! Covenant of the Deep!
Teamwork is dreamwork!
Verticus! Cut down. Like this.
There are still documents that need to be seen by the Commissioner. There are still documents that need to be seen by the Commissioner.
I still have a lot to do at the guild. How about you take a rest while I go back?
There are still documents that need to be seen by the Commissioner.
Guess we can rest a bit. I still have a lot to do at the guild. How about you take...
Patience to move mountains.
How can I improve my culinary skills?
The essence of the Ame-no-ma art is to have the patience to move mountains and unrelenting willpower. Okay.
How can I improve my culinary skills?
Power to move mountains.
Sounds good to me.
Restaurant? That place isn't even worth mentioning.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Recently, the Adventurers Guild has received an unusual commission, and after careful consideration, we believe that
The Traveler would be the most suitable candidate, right?
indeed, as ever. I will spare the pleasantries then. May I ask if you two are available to help? Well, let me go over it briefly. Our client for this job is the Yashiro Commission. Apparently, Rift Towns are attacking the roots of the sacred Sakura nearby Mount Yogo in great numbers.
Rift Hounds? On Narukami Island?
Yes. We are not sure where exactly these creatures come from. But this time, they are attacking in alarming numbers with great aggression and a clear target. The sacred Sakura is of tremendous importance to Inazuma. I trust you are aware of this already? Good. Then you can see that this case is very urgent indeed.
Is the Tenryu Commission aware?
Yes, and they are already taking action of their own. However, given that the sacred Sakura's root system is vast and complex, and faced with the unpredictability and scale of the Rift Hound's attacks, they are finding it difficult to defend against them. Their main priority is to protect the civilian population, so they are actively looking to cooperate with all other available forces to eliminate the monsters. The Adventurers Guild is one of the key parties assisting the Tenryu Commission with their work. But so far, the combined efforts to You have our deepest gratitude. Your confident response puts me far more at ease. I will mark on your map the areas where Rift Town appearances have been recently reported. I hope you won't encounter too much trouble overcoming them.
Relax. We'll be back before you can say Ad Astra Abyssosk. The sacred Sakura's in danger again, huh? Who'd have thought?
Time to go.
The inside shall be punished. Rest and rebuild.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Let's light it up! Gone by ordinance divine. I'm going in. Yeah. Soren, bring refuge.
Into the wind!
Out of my sight.
The clouds high, the birds call!
Hold the line. Winter shall eventually come.
with nature.
Rest and rebuild! My will embodied!
The wind knows me. As one with wind and cloud.
Take your true form! Allow me! Do your master's bidding!
Into the wind.
Everybody stand back! Billowing surge! Let's move out.
One with nature. Clouds high. The birds call.
Hold the line! Wow, there are so many of them! No wonder the Tenryou Commission needed help! Come on, travelers, you can take them! My will embodied! Rest and rebuild!
Torn to oblivion!
Shogun? Wait, no! Could also be A!
Oh, it's you two. It has been a long time. We have not seen each other since the resolution of the Tenryou Commission crisis.
Okay, sounds more like A. It is you, right? You sure made short work of them! That was amazing!
I'm making early preparations for what is to come. Last time we took a walk around Inazuma together, I witnessed the way the world is today. I was finally able to comprehend some things that I had never understood in the past. Since then, every time I encounter an obstacle in my thinking, I find myself having the urge to spend some time in the outside world.
Makes sense. You must get super bored being stuck in there all the time.
Might I remind you that I am not here to amuse myself? Recently, I have observed a number of changes in the external world from the plane of Euthymia. The most serious of these being the attack on the sacred Sakura by numerous rift hounds. I considered this matter worthy of my attention, so I pursued them, and they led me here, where I happened to run into you. If the Shogun rather than I were to discover them, yes, perhaps she would have left the situation alone.
Why? Because she's just a puppet?
Precisely. According to the rules I designed for her, matters of this nature are to be delegated to the Tri-Commission. But rift hounds attacking the sacred Sakura... It brings back bad memories of that terrible disaster.
A disaster?
Yes. 500 years ago, a great catastrophe befell Inazuma. Everything was engulfed in a pitch-black fog, and monsters ravaged the land. Countless lives were lost, and this homeland that the people had worked so hard to build barely escaped being obliterated entirely. The monsters committed many atrocities on Inazuman soil, and the Rift Hounds were always their advance guard. Their duty was to tear open a passage through space with their claws and teeth, and then call in even more powerful beasts. So you've heard of it too. That's an episode of history that I am loath to recall. Maybe to you, it seems like my response to these creatures was an excessive one. But an excess of caution is not unwarranted in this case.
Guess you can't argue with that.
Since we are both here for the same reason, let us work together. From the traces they've left in the surrounding area, there should be many more monsters.
Paimon feels so safe when we're in Ace Company. Having someone uber powerful on your team kinda makes you feel invincible, doesn't it? Oh yeah, after we've dealt with the monsters, we should ask her to tell us more about Conria. This color! It's similar to the color when the sacred Sakura takes Let's follow it. It should be this way.
Time to go. Into the wind.
We are lucky. The damage is not too serious. The Yashiro Commission will be able to nurse the root system back to health.
This stuff that's flowing out, is it sap or something? And how come it's glowing? Huh? What's this? Could they be dead people? It wouldn't be the first time we'd seen ghosts on our journey. But why would they appear here?
Let's search the area. Perhaps we will find out.
I can't go on like this. Not when the other troops are counting on me.
What happened here? Could you tell us?
Who are you? What are you doing here? Run quick while you still can. The monsters will be back. And once you're in their sights, I'm telling you, there's no escaping them. We will defend Inazuma until our dying breath. You don't know? Inazuma is engulfed in darkness. Beasts and horrifying monsters are everywhere. They're merciless, ferocious, and they will devour everything in their path. Every last trace of humanity's existence, I tell you. They'll devour it all.
But look, none of that seems to be going on around here.
Not right now, but they'll be back. Look, get out of here. Now, there's no time left. The almighty Shogun is gone. So is Kitsune Saigu. There is no one left to rely on but ourselves. I don't know how long we can hold out for. But if we abandon our hope, then we've got nothing left at all.
Don't worry, I'm right here.
It's the Shogun? You're back. Please, we beg you. You have to help us. You have to save Inazuma. Only the glow of your supreme lightning can dispel this terrible darkness. Please, or the whole of Inazuma will be reduced to a hunting ground for the beasts.
Calm down. The war you speak of is over.
Over? But what do you mean? Shogun?
Look around you. The grass grows green and lush, and a soft breeze blows. This is Inazuma at peace, as you will no doubt remember. There are no monsters, nor is there anything else here that could threaten your life.
What? But how? Just moments ago, they were everywhere. I saw them tear my comrade to shreds with my own eyes.
Hey, calm down. Everything's fine now.
Huh. I think I understand. Almighty Shogun, you saved Inazuma. Yes, we were right to place our trust in the Almighty Shogun. As long as the Shogun is with us, Inazuma will last for an eternity. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, thank you.
What's wrong with him?
He's gone.
Paimon can't even begin to understand what that was all about. But somehow, Paimon feels all sad and hopeless.
If I am not mistaken, what we just saw was a samurai's memory that was buried in the land. The sacred Sakura can absorb and purify the filth in the ley lines. After the Rift Hounds attacked, some of this filth leaked out through the cracks in the trunk and formed a physical entity. An entity formed with strong filth would be highly aggressive. But when purified, it presents in the form of a memory. Purified filth quickly dissipates and will be absorbed by the ley lines shortly afterwards.
So the memories of the ones that died are all appearing at this moment?
Yes. That soldier was one of the many thousands who made the ultimate sacrifice. What he was describing just now was precisely the disaster that happened in Inazuma 500 years ago. Yes. Inazuma was facing many great crises at that time. Some were local in origin, while others came from the now fallen kingdom of Kanria. The disaster in Inazuma caused me great concern. I felt that I had to step in before it was too late, otherwise it would spread to all of Teyvat. But my friend, Kitsune Saiku, reassured me that I had nothing to worry about. She would shoulder the responsibility of protecting Inazuma and mobilize all forces at her disposal to combat the threat. I could tell that, although neither of us acknowledged it, we both knew that the road ahead would likely end in tragedy.
So, Inazuma was attacked at the same time as when the disaster happened in Kanria?
Indeed. Countless monsters suddenly appeared throughout all of Inazuma. In the end, Kitsune Saigu sacrificed her life to protect the people. I never had the chance to see her one last time. But I would like to believe that she kept her promise to me until the very last. But even then, Inazuma was left more devastated than we could have ever imagined. Those terrible tragedies left great wounds that are still felt to this day, both on the land itself and in my heart.
Hey?
Yes. For the longest time, I couldn't bring myself to face the pain of that loss. All my martial might was in vain. Though I could conquer Tatarigami and vanquish monsters, I was helpless against the ravages of time, powerless to keep the ones I cherished alive. But after my clash with human ambition, I thought long and hard. Now, when I traveled around Inazuma with you, I caught a glimpse of how the nation has progressed over the centuries. A glimpse of human potential. Everything far exceeded my expectations. Moving forward inevitably invites further loss, but also new encounters. Just think of that soldier. Despite all the losses he had experienced, he still chose to keep fighting for the sake of moving forward. All those who sacrificed themselves back then gave their lives fighting for a future. But perhaps, as Inazuma's god, it is high time I honored their wishes. Warriors of the past, who spilled your blood on this land, your noble souls now rest in this earth. I will never forget you, and all that you did for Inazuma.
He's taking all this pretty hard.
Come on. Let's keep investigating the damage to the sacred Sakura. Leave them to me. Now you shall perish! Illusion shattered! Inazuma shines eternal!
Huh? Something seems wrong with A.
Why would you ask that?
Well, usually you'd pull out your sword and swish! Vaporize them all in one go, no?
You are unduly concerned. I'm simply conserving my energy. Although I have some understanding of the situation already, it could take an unexpected turn at any time. I must be prepared for anything. If there are more formidable monsters lying in wait in this area, I must make sure I have the strength to face them.
Ah, makes sense! Spoken like a seasoned shogun! The roots seem pretty badly damaged this time. We definitely need to tell the Yashiro Commission about this. Hey, the same light is leaking out again!
Furuyama? Is that you?
Almighty Shogun, what brings you back so soon? I thought you were off...
Fighting a battle in a distant land sounds...
Allow me to introduce Furuyama. He is a tea master and a member of my retinue. Though blind, Furuyama is unparalleled in his ability to appraise tea.
Your Excellency, you shower me with praise undeserved. I have simply had the good fortune to... It sounds like the Almighty Shogun has brought a guest. I'm afraid I'm unable to serve you any respectable refreshments on account of the current situation. After all, it's quite a mess out there.
What should we do? Oh, yeah. Sheesh. There's monsters everywhere out there.
I see. So, they have fought their way. Most of the residents in this neighborhood have already escaped. They wanted to take me with them, but it seemed rather pointless to me. So, I decided to stay. And now the Almighty Shogun is here, I have even less reason to run away. Imagine if this was something that even the Almighty Shogun was powerless to resolve. Where could I pop? People flee out of a desire to live on. And the desire to live on stems from a feeling of having unfinished business in life. But me, I have no such thoughts, and I have no regrets. The Almighty Shogun often speaks to me about her dreams over tea. Just listening to her stories, I've been blind for many years, but her vivid descriptions took me on a splendid journey to all the most beautiful places in Inazuma. Over time, I've come to understand her mindset. Quite the romantic at heart, a true dreamer. One thing she always says is, good things don't last forever. Everything changes, fades, disappears completely over the passage of time. And so, people must make the most. So you see, as bleak as things may be now, I have experienced countless wonderful things in life, and have no reason not to be satisfied.
Perhaps you are right.
It won't be long now before I have to say goodbye to the Almighty Shogun for the... But I suppose it doesn't matter. Everyone says that Inazuma has... Once this catastrophe is over, life is sure to spring forth anew. But even if I survived until then, I'd probably be a hopeless... Oh, goodness me. Speaking of befuddled, look at the almighty Shogun comes to visit and I don't have the tea ready. One moment, I'll just... Where in the world is the tea set? I hope the others didn't smash it to smithereens in their hasty
Can't see a tea set anywhere around here.
Really? But it's always been right by my side. Goodness gracious. I couldn't possibly have my guests fetch it themselves. That would be most discourteous.
Don't worry about it. Take a rest. We'll be back.
Almighty Shogun, you're not going too, are you? No.
This place is complicated. It's quite unlike the tea house in your memories. Leave it to us.
But... Well, okay. I never thought I'd see that. I can't decide whether it's a final regret or a final stroke of...
Where should we go to find a tea set? Having a cup of tea isn't exactly the most urgent thing to do right now. But at the same time, this lovely old man from 500 years ago has been through so...
I'm also feeling very nostalgic for his tea.
It's the Traveler. And the almighty Shogun. How might I be of assistance, Your Excellency?
I wish to borrow a tea set from the Yashiro Commission.
Oh, sure. I'll fetch that for you right away. Please step into the courtyard and have a rest, almighty Shogun. Oh, and I'll inform my lord about your visit immediately. And the tea set. I'll bring that here as soon as it's ready.
Be at ease. I'm not here to see Commissioner Kamisato. Actually, I'd prefer to spend this time chatting with the Traveler. Please, fetch the tea set at your convenience.
No. I am your humble servant. I daren't think of my own convenience when the almighty Shogun graces me with her presence. I'll deal with it right away.
Well, it's not often we have the chance to chat. I'm sure you must have a lot of questions.
Right. Paimon wanted to ask that too. The almighty Shogun that he described didn't sound anything like you at all.
I seldom had the time to drink tea. Any free time I had was spent practicing martial arts. So, in the vast majority of cases, the one he made tea for was the former Electro Archon, who was also my sister, Raiden Makoto. He may well have had an inkling about there being two Raiden Shoguns, but he always acted as if he was completely unaware of it. The philosophy of life that he shared with us just now, that was Makoto's view on reality. She always saw things that way.
You and Makoto had pretty different views, huh?
Indeed we did. It was the biggest difference between us. In her eyes, the most precious things in this world were dreams. The yearning, they are similar, but not identical. When you came charging into the plane of Euthymia, I saw human aspirations light up the sky far above in the form of countless stars. This somewhat shook me. Now, it seems like she was right. While I took the...
Wow.
Makoto saw a bigger picture than I did. In her view, an ambition is a yearning for something material, or a concrete outcome. Makoto was more concerned with the force that drives humans to constantly generate...
That's, quite a lot to take in.
To put it simply, Makoto wasn't concerned. I didn't understand at the time. How can we say that we are... I suppose what it comes down to is the definition... Yes, it does. I always thought that in the last analysis, Makoto's philosophy was, on the surface at least...
Do you feel you're starting to understand her better now?
You have already witnessed my previous views on eternity, but now... I no longer cling to what was lost.
Almighty Shogun, I found a tea set. This one in...
It's quite beautiful. Thank you.
You are too kind. A humble servant such as I does not deserve the gratitude of the almighty Shogun.
It's all good, sir. She's actually pretty cute.
Let us return. We ought not keep Furuyama waiting too long.
Hey, where'd he go? He wouldn't have gone looking for a tea set himself, would he?
Or perhaps the ley lines did not have the power to sustain him for very long, as was the case with the memory we saw earlier.
So we won't get to drink his tea? We didn't even have a chance to say goodbye.
The information held in the ley lines is complex and disorderly. The fact that we were able to meet him to begin with was a miracle of fate. Well, this chance won't come often, and we do have a tea set. Perhaps I should try my hand at making us a pot of tea. I've watched Furuyama brew tea on many occasions. I doubt I should have any major problems doing it myself. The tea is ready. Please give it a try. So many thoughts were racing through my head as I was brewing it. You're right. But the things we've seen today have brought back many memories for me. I've been reminded of many people, too. Kitsune Saigu, Makoto, and all the other friends who I watched pass even further back. Back at the Yashiro Commission, I kept the conversation reasonably lighthearted. But now, I'd like to broach a heavier topic, if I may. The events of 500 years ago not only robbed me of my friend, Kitsune Saigu, they also took Makoto away from me, for good.
She died in that disaster too?
Yes. She went to Conria alone, without telling me. Unlike me, Makoto was no martial artist. Whenever similar crises at this time, the circumstances were so grave that Makoto had no choice but to leave me behind. Or, yes, it was too late. I arrived only in time to hear her dying breath. She had already lapsed into unconsciousness by that point, so all I could do was enter into her mind. As far as you're concerned, it would be somewhere similar to the plain of Euthymia. It was there that we bid each other a final farewell. I cried bitterly. Even in those final moments, I couldn't understand her actions. Why did she go to Conria first, and not I? Why did she keep me in the dark about it? Was it to shield me? It was there and then that I resolved to pursue eternity. As a testament to that decision, I saved her realm of consciousness just before it collapsed completely and brought it back to Inazuma.
That's quite a story.
When I returned to Inazuma, I was shocked to find that a great Sakura tree had appeared on Mount Yogo. That's exactly what everyone back then told me as well. That it had existed since time immemorial. They were so matter-of-fact about it, and couldn't at all understand what I was so surprised about. No one questioned it. And yet, its presence contrasted so starkly with the area as I remembered it. It seemed as if I was the only one to have noticed it appear suddenly out of thin air. In the end, I simply had to accept that it was a miraculous effect of Makoto's consciousness. With the help of the sacred Sakura's power, I was finally able to overcome the monsters and quell the disaster in Inazuma.
This is all really hard to understand. Kinda beyond Paimon's level.
Yes. She had such a great love for this land and for its people. In this respect, I still do not compare to her. I once told myself that I would never speak of these events again. Facing the fact that she is gone is unbearably painful. But even the tea that is most bitter to the tongue, once swallowed, leaves some sweetness in the throat. And it's time I came to terms with it all.
Oh, while we're on the topic, since you experienced that battle in person...
Sister? I had heard that you were looking for your family. You mean to say that she was somehow involved in the Conria disaster?
Based on what we've learned so far, it seems so, yeah.
I'm sorry. I wasn't there for the whole thing. By the time... And also... So, I am afraid...
Oh, well, boy. Both of you have experienced great tragedy.
With this last cup of tea, let us honor the team. Thank you, Destiny, for giving us the...
We should go. Let's keep following the traces.
Very well. Based on my investigation...
Time to go.
Off we go! Once again, please leave them to me.
Hey, hey! Are you sure you're all right? You're scaring us!
Fear... Shine down! Illusion shattered! Shine down!
Are you all right?
I'm fine. Shine down! Now you shall perish!
Maybe you should leave this one to us.
My apologies.
Don't worry about it. Just we'll deal with the monster. Look, that's the same light again.
Where am I? Who are you? Almighty Shogun, you're here too. Are you injured, Your Excellency?
I'm quite all right. Just feeling a little...
We, the Shogunate Samurai, will defend the Shogun until the very end.
Come on, men. They're coming back for more. Let's get them.
Don't! It's too...
Danger is our duty, ma'am. If we were the kinds to shy away from danger, we never would have taken up arms to begin with.
No need to worry, Almighty Shogun. When the situation looks bleak...
Is that a vision?
It certainly is. I know the gods are omnipotent, and their willingness to grant their power to humans means they have high expectations. If the Almighty Shogun is in trouble, now of all times is the moment for us to honor that.
So that's how samurai of that era understood visions, huh?
Nobody knew where Your Excellency had gone, and we were starting to despair. But now we've found you. You're right here with us. Just the sight of you appearing before us once more has reignited the hope in our hearts. This hope is the light that will guide us out from the darkness.
Everyone, on me!
We'll help too!
Huh? Affirmative, but watch your backs.
Protect the Almighty Shogun!
Fallen leaves, adorn my...
Teamwork is dreamwork! Cryo incarnate! Take your true form!
Torrent, bring refuge! Allow me!
Into the wind!
My will embodied!
One with nature!
It seems like their attacks are finally over.
I've never fought so fiercely before.
Thank you, all.
Are you okay? Maybe you should keep resting.
I'm fine. I feel much better already.
You fought phenomenally. It was truly awe-inspiring. The monsters will definitely come back. And when they do, it'll be more than a few Rift Hounds this time. Quickly, escort Her Excellency back to Inazuma City, and regroup with the General's forces as soon as possible.
When everyone sees the almighty Shogun safely returning, their spirits will be lifted.
Well, what are you guys gonna do?
We will stay here and guard against the monsters' advance. We cannot afford to let them get any further. We are brothers in arms. As long as we stick together, we can face any number of monsters that come our way.
Just leave it to us. Fighting is what we do best. But the almighty Shogun is the only one of us with the power to change the present state of affairs. Only Her Excellency can turn back the tide of despair and lead us onward into the future. No matter what kind of threat faces Inazuma, we will always place our faith in the almighty Shogun.
Oh. Thank you all very much. I promise you that I will create a bright future for Inazuma. I should not have left it this late to make this promise. But from this moment forth, know that I shall be true to my word.
Don't worry, Your Excellency. We will never doubt your word. With you leading us, we will claim back everything that Inazuma...
Glory to the Shogun!
Glory to the Shogun!
They're gone.
It was both. The people's sacrifice has always caused me immense pain. But in dwelling on the tragedy, I overlooked their splendor. The result being that in the centuries since their sacrifice, you could take the view that whatever I say to them is meaningless, because they are but disembodied memory. But even so, they are due a resolution. I owe it to them, and to all the people who have placed their faith in me.
Well, Paimon thinks that even if it's a few hundred years later, you're doing...
Thank you for your comforting words. But this is my basic duty as Inazuma's Archon, and I have neglected it for far too long. I used to think just like that samurai, that I was first and foremost a warrior, and my only duty was to face whatever challenge came my way. But what Inazuma needs more than a warrior is someone like... Even though I am utterly unlike Makoto, and can never become the person she was, I still need to do the things that she... Yes, they are. They are strong and resilient, and have much to be proud of. As the Raiden Shogun they revere, I should not be the one to hold them back.
Well said. Sounds to Paimon like you figured things out.
Change will come to Inazuma, and with it, new possibilities. This will take time, but eventually, the future will bring healing to the scars of the past. No matter how long it takes, I am committed to bringing this to fruition. This is my promise. Now that we've dealt with the Rift Hounds, this matter is halfway resolved. It does not appear that the threat will escalate for the time being. I will leave the Tenryo and Yashiro commissions to handle the follow-up work, such as investigating the origins of this incident and tending to the root system.
Alrighty then, let's move on. It looks calm on the outside, but Paimon bets her emotions must be all over the place right now, huh? She seems to have changed a lot since we last met her. Huh? What's wrong, eh? Come on, keep up. What's going on? Are you feeling unwell again?
My My body. I can't move it. It looks like the situation. No need. She is calling me. I need to go to the cave below the Grand Now.
Why? What's in the...
A battleground. One where I shall sever ties.
In the name of the Prinzessin.
We're finally here. The entrance should be nearby.
Whoa! Where'd the Torii Gate come from?
It's getting worse again. But this is a place I once sealed off with my own hands. The entrance to... It looks like she will no longer allow me to...
Huh? What are you talking about? And who is she? Makoto?
Follow me.
Where are we Paimon's dizzy. Where did we get sucked into this time? Whoa. This place... Look! Look over there! It's another A!
We meet again, traveler. This body is an assistant to the One Within, but it is also the guardian of the rules. Should the One Within wish to stray from the rules, this body shall stand in her way.
Wait! Paimon knows that voice! Is that... the puppet?
You have wandered the realm in my body, and you appear to have grasped the true essence of eternity. You believe your present self has greater certainty than your former self. Thus, you believe your present self is correct, don't you? But have you really been enlightened with new ideas? Or have you been degraded by irreversible erosion? I'm here to show you my answer. We are both warriors, And the dialogue we must now have shall be conducted by the blade alone.
Wait. The atmosphere in here just took a turn for the worse. Are you,
The discomfort I was experiencing earlier was caused by the Shogun rejecting my continued use of her body. As she indicates, once I started entertaining the idea of change, but inside a realm of consciousness, I exist independently. Though she is a puppet, the Shogun has her own consciousness too. When necessary, she appears here to confront me.
Paimon gets that everyone has their internal battles and stuff, but not like this. It's a bit extreme. Hey, showdown with the Shogun? Never thought we'd see that day.
The rules I set for the Shogun are... No. The Shogun herself is the manifestation of my past ideals. The very foundation stone of eternity. It shall not be easily swayed. I would not try to change her if it wasn't necessary.
Isn't there any other way? Can't you hack it through or something? But they both just want the best for Inazuma.
My form is a symbol of supreme majesty, in which has been vested power over all the realm. It inherits A's pain, the pain of inevitable loss that comes as she moves forward. So too does it inherit. Every action undertaken is for the sake of determination, courage, love, hate. Only rules shall remain. Those were my thoughts when I created you. Now, they are towering obstacles that I have no choice. You wish to make yourself my enemy? I am your past, the everlasting law, the guardian of eternity. And I am she who promised a dream to her subjects. Raiden A. In the end, even the proud and mighty Oni Maiden was cut down and disgraced. Though your blade has been cleansed of her blood and filth, never shall it shine as brightly as it once did. There is no escape! Weak. Strike dead! Inazuma shines eternal! Illusion shattered! The eye sweeps the lands! Strike dead! Now you shall perish! Shine down! Lightning falls on the land of eternity. The Kitsune Sakura blossoms that once filled the skies fell to the ground as pitch-black rain. As long as the ley lines flow, the relentless erosion of time will never stop.
She's completely recovered?
Pathetic. This one, a fleeting shadow. Shine down! Now you shall perish! The divine lightning that envelops all of Inazuma will fade silently into the clouds. There shall never be another. Never. For the rest of time. Stillness transcending. Evasion is futile. There is no escape. Weak, pathetic. Remove all obstacles. Now you shall perish. Only emptiness.
One with wind.
Oh, wait.
Have you finally defeated her?
It appears your martial prowess has not dulled. But how long can your will remain strong?
How the heck?
In this realm of consciousness, her existence is tenacious indeed. She was built to resist erosion. Her will is stronger than any other living being's, including you and me.
Then, does that mean this is gonna be a never-ending battle?
Maybe. But I have to prove to her that my present will is no product of erosion. The future I shall forge will be a grand undertaking, one that will be resistant to erosion. If I don't do this, the Shogun's rules can never change, and Inazuma can never move forward. This is my duty. No matter how long this battle may last, months, years, centuries, and no matter how many times we must... 500 years ago, humanity proved their strength in battle. Here in the present, they rely on their ambition to challenge wayward practices, tear them out like the diseased wood of an old Sakura tree, so that new, healthy branches might spring to life in their place. It is about time that I learned to trust them. I understand that. But if the dreams of which Makoto spoke are true eternity, a short moment for which the Shogun does not exist is nothing to fear. I fight for the everlasting future of Inazuma. However long the battle may last, it is but a drop in the ocean of eternity. I vow to the subjects of Inazuma that I shall one day return. This is my oath. Please, be my witness. During my absence, I place everything in Miko's hands.
But this means that...
Pass on my words.
Looks like we got kicked out. Oh, what do we do? Are we really just gonna leave A and the Shogun to keep on duking it out in there for... She was making sense, and maybe this is the only way to change the Shogun's rules, but still... Right? Also, A can be pretty stubborn at times, and has a history of rushing into difficult situations. What if she gets too obsessed with winning, and she forgets why she's there in the first place? It could happen, and then she might never leave again. Yeah, we should help her out, like we did last time. The quicker she gets through this, the better. Is there any way we can cut down how long she needs to spend in there? Or, you know, help her win the fight? Well, whatever. We can't let anything bad happen to A while she's in there. Oh, but we also can't get in there anymore. Okay, well, first things first. We gotta find a way back in. Oh, come on, brain juice. Don't fail Paimon now. Okay, maybe if we both ram into it at the same time. Oh, you're right. Paimon nearly forgot about her. Who knows if she really understands these consciousness realm plane thingies more than we do.
Someone's not in the best of moods. Let me guess. You're all tangled up in another situation and need me to unravel it for you. I hope you realize how lucky you are. If it was anyone else, I don't think I'd have the patience to keep greeting them with a smile.
But you're always smiling.
That was a figure of speech, do you understand? Nitpicking my turns of phrase.
Oh, yeah. Something really big's happened. It's she.
Oh, okay, I see. So, A's decided to palm Inazuma off on the humans, while she goes off on her own to fight a fierce battle that doesn't even have an end date. Impossibly stubborn. Jumps straight to the most extreme course of action imaginable, presumes her sheer will can see her through, despite a near impossible goal that requires nothing short of the very peak of her abilities. Yes, that sounds like A all right. You know as well as I do that she's always been like this. Why start fretting about it now? Rushed into it without thinking. Well put. Oh, she acts like such a child sometimes. So you seem to be under the impression that I am able to offer some sort of help? Who gave you that idea?
Is she playing dumb? She's doing this on purpose, for sure.
Uh-huh. You're learning, little one. But really, the truth of the matter is that I don't know much more about Raiden Makoto's realm of consciousness than you do. All I know is that it's the foundation of the sacred Sakura, and from what I've heard, it's a little different from A's plane of euthymia.
Because Raiden Makoto is no longer alive?
Not just because of that. The nature of the space itself is different in some way. But I can only speculate. You're the ones who have actually been there. Anyway, we needn't worry about the details too much. It'll just be a little difficult to explain things later on, that's all. First things first. Follow me to the entrance.
By the protection of the electro... See that he stays safe.
Now then, I always have my ways. It's just a question of how crafty I need to be. To the outsider, the realm of consciousness is a very abstract concept. Luckily, I'm A's familiar, so I can sense her rough whereabouts. In other words, even though I can't pinpoint the exact spatial location of this realm, I can still send you to where A is.
So, it's abstract, but has a location, but you don't know where it is, but you can still send us there. What?
Yes, no need to try and understand it. Let me put this simply. Right now, she is surrounded by chaos. Everything is turbulent and disordered. If you try to force your way in, you could be swept away by a giant wave that sets you down in an unknown corner of space-time. This is precisely why when entering the plane of euthymia, it's much safer if you place your consciousness in a physical object first.
What? All right, well, Paimon's staying here then. You two can go in.
Suit yourself. Worst case scenario, all we stand to lose is A. So what's the big deal?
Paimon's had it up to here with both of you. Oh, fine. Paimon's coming too.
Oh, well, if you're quite sure, then of course. Now, I shall send you on your way. I say. Oh, nothing. It just seems extraordinarily chaotic, that's all. My suspicions have been confirmed. By the way, remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt wishes when you enter inside. Only a strong enough will can prevent you from being swallowed. Well then, the door's open. Hop on in. I'll stay outside and provide what stability I can. I'll be ready to respond if anything happens. I'm placing my god in your capable hands. For my sake and for Inazuma's, please, bring her back.
Miko, you better know what you're doing!
That's enough chatter. Get to work. Remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt wishes when you enter inside. Only if you are strong enough can I deliver you to the right destination.
You have returned. But this is a duel to remember. It is as if we have returned to the moment when the laws of over countless battles, not once have you lost, and never have you shown the slightest hesitation. Had I made all enemies of eternity stand against you, you still would not have wavered. For your firm commitment to enforcing the rules, you have my admiration too. You bring honor to the title of Guardian of Eternity. Now these two return once more to this space. Then, let this be our final duel. The conclusion to that which began 500 years ago. Final duel? So you're finally willing to... Stand back, traveler. I'm going to be the start of something new. The time our duels took to fight was long enough to witness the rise and fall of nations. The energy they consumed, great enough to vaporize the oceans and turn day into night. And the will they demanded, sufficient to penetrate minds and crush dreams. Yet, you have endured. All obstacles, I will endure forever. Witness the final calamity. The will I carry within me will never be eroded nor destroyed. Inferior! Illusion shattered! Eternity is in my hands! Shine down! There is no escape! Into the wind! This is the end. You have won. I believed you were incapable of transcending the past. But it seems my belief was baseless, and I underestimated your spirit. But a will that cannot be eroded has no way to embrace the future. You need not worry about the future, and you aren't alone. I know your power more than anyone else. Had I relied upon my strength alone, I would have lost this duel for sure. Yet, my reason for fighting redefined my martial prowess and redrew my limits. I now carry the gaze of the myriad of expectant eyes that look to the light in the heavens. And whenever I think of this, I feel something stirring within Musou Ishin. The blade that I inherited from Makoto seems to be trying to guide me, to encourage me. I noticed it also. Just now in the heat of battle, it seemed to unleash a new and unfamiliar power. This power is beyond the limits of my understanding. This blade belonged to Makoto. Perhaps it can only respond to me with its full power when I truly understand and believe in her. When I clasped Musou Ishin in my hands, I had the feeling that she was by my side once again. It was at once a familiar feeling and a strange one. Makoto barely wielded a blade in her life, and yet her blade brings me closer to her. You have my approval. Your present will is not the product of erosion. I shall no longer stop you from attempting to modify the rules. From this day forth, this body will remain your assistant. I won't design any more rules that can never be changed. You used to represent my past, but from today onward, you are me. Makoto never saw me as a fearless weapon. Likewise, I should not regard you as a mere tool. You truly have changed. I suppose this is what humans call growth. I understand. I shall become your shadow, just as you were once Makoto's shadow. The duties I perform will not change. But as a warrior, I look forward to the chance to fight like this again in the future. Do you say this because you have not yet reconciled yourself with your defeat? It was simply a new experience for me. One that is worth reliving.
Have you finished fighting then? Like, for real this time?
Hello, A. And greetings, those who have come to bear witness. I am Raiden Makoto, the previous Electro Archon, who failed in my duties and left you all to pick up the pieces. Makoto? I'm so happy. You've come so far. I always knew you would make it here in the end. I left a faint fragment of my will in Musou Ishin, so that in the moment that you unleashed its full power, I too would be released. A convoluted way to reach you, but... well, you held such deeply entrenched views at the time that you wouldn't have listened to a word I said. There was no time to wait for you to have a change of heart. Please forgive me. All I could do was find some way to wait until you came to me. But... you never mentioned this to me. Everything happened so suddenly. I'm sorry. I've always felt terrible for having to entrust Inazuma to you all of a sudden. I should have been the one to impart these ideas to you, a little at a time, to dissuade you from your pursuit of stillness. Did you know what was about to happen in Conria? I had some sense of it. That place was not somewhere that any Archon could afford to ignore. In my present form, I can no longer perceive time. I don't know how long we have been separated before this reunion, and I don't know what Inazuma has experienced in the meantime. But I know that this must have been an extremely arduous journey for you. And I'm sure you must have wanted to shed tears many times along the way. Don't look down on me. See? You admit it. It was with this possibility in mind that I left a parting gift for you. Something to soothe Inazuma's pain. Here, take it, before my last shred of consciousness fades away. But it is you who must take the most important step.
The light turned into a seed?
The miracle tree that blesses the people, in this moment new to the world and yet to be known. When to plant it, where it shall bloom. She who brings it into being must let her heart and dreams decide. Grant it life, eh? Is it really? Eternity extends time into infinity. Dreams illuminate each moment within. When both shine in unison, the sacred Sakura blooms from the darkness, finally free from the clutches of the heavenly principles. Now the nightmare has dissipated, and reality is made whole. The vision we both yearn for is still further ahead. My only regret is that I cannot witness Inazuma's future, nor can I walk this journey with you. Do you know, I am so happy right now, because my final wish has now come true. Your polearm once protected me from countless calamities. For this, I've always felt indebted to you. Though I could never repay you in full, this sacred Sakura will buy you some time until you are ready to awaken and embrace the new. What do you think? Did it do the trick? This time, it really is goodbye, eh? Goodbye, Makoto.
So the A of the present planted the sacred Sakura in the realm of consciousness, and it took root in the Inazuma of the past. No matter what you make of it, it's quite incredible.
All of this is thanks to Makoto's power. Her understanding of eternity is much more profound than mine. Eternity is a concept intimately connected with time. When you begin to touch on eternity, the concept of time becomes murky.
A place where time is meaningless and cannot be understood with ordinary logic. So that was the turbulence I was sensing. Perhaps that is the reason why you were able to return precisely to this point in time without any problems. And yet, that sense of disorderliness has now completely disappeared.
I don't fully understand yet. But my intuition tells me that the reason for everything, it's that seed.
Well, I'm not convinced that it was Makoto's power alone.
I know what you mean. Perhaps Makoto got a higher power involved in all of this. But whatever the explanation, her solution is what saved us all. Without the sacred Sakura, Inazuma would likely have been completely swallowed up centuries ago by that disaster and the filth.
I know you've always perceived there was something special about the sacred Sakura, but to me, it has always been there. You've tried in the past to prove to me that there's a connection between the sacred Sakura and Makoto's consciousness, but unfortunately, you never did persuade me, did you?
No, but I understand why now. It was because the sacred Sakura hadn't even been planted then.
But don't you think that tree looked a lot different than how it does now?
The sacred Sakura is within my purview at the shrine, so obviously I get to prune it exactly how I like it.
Ugh. Now we see who's pulling the strings.
I'm joking. That tree has been through a lot since it first sprouted. We have the loving care of Kitsune over the ages to thank for how it appears today. And obviously I played my part too. It's fair to say that very little time passed between the moment you came out of that realm and the moment you re-entered it. But in that same time, centuries of battling took place on the inside, did it not? Traveler, if I'm guessing correctly, you were repeating your wishes to yourself in your mind, weren't you? At that time, I could sense A's whereabouts, but I also sensed anomalies in the flow of time within that space. Suffice to say, time added a whole new dimension to our search. Simply establishing a location was not sufficient. Fortunately, your will was strong enough that the turbulence carried you to the moment in time most likely to be the intersection of all that you were wishing for. The flow of turbulence may well have been influenced by Makoto, but it took everyone's efforts combined to ultimately help A. So this time, it looks like thanks are due to you.
Does that mean it wasn't by chance that we ended up at the final duel? We were always meant to be there to witness what was going to happen?
I thought that the flow of time was the same on the inside and the outside, so it was a great shock to me when the traveler reappeared. My first thought was, has a great disaster befallen Inazuma? But it turned out you had come to rescue me. You came for my sake, to help me reach the best possible outcome. You too have my thanks. You have done much for me, and I will never forget it.
A, how are you feeling now?
My body has fully recovered, and the Shogun's will no longer fights against me.
Always thrilled to hear you're in good health. But I was really asking about your emotions. Have you managed to calm down? After all, you saw Makoto in there, didn't you?
I only heard her voice. I wouldn't say I saw her. I'll be fine. It brought a few things back, of course, but I've made my decision to move forward. I have to say, this has reminded me once again just how brilliant Makoto was. She predicted all the ways in which Inazuma's future could unfold, all the way back then. She even factored my immaturity into her plan. It's all thanks to her that Inazuma lived to see this day. I just planted a seed.
Yeah, it was thanks to everything you did that you got to see her again. That's amazing!
Thank you.
Today, at long last, you and Inazuma finally emerge from the shadows cast by the events of centuries past. Makoto and you are Inazuma's past and future, and both are indispensable.
It's rare to hear such comforting words from you. I graciously accept them.
Oh, come on. You only think it's rare because you never used to listen to a word I say.
Makoto said the exact same thing!
Great minds think alike, hmm? I wonder, does that qualify me to, maybe, take the position of Shogun for a couple of days? Actually, no. Forget that. Far more trouble than it's worth.
We will have to end the frivolities there. There is much work to be done. The Shogun and I will closely review the Inazuma of today to find out where things currently stand. Then, we will give careful consideration to the future. After that, I will abolish the Sakoku decree.
Really? That's huge news!
I am no longer pursuing an eternity defined by stasis. In which case, there is no further need to keep the nation under lock and key. I don't doubt that many challenges lie ahead for Inazuma. I'm looking forward to it.
Please, see that he stays safe.
We haven't been to the Yai Publishing House in a while. Paimon wonders if they have any new books in. The one we read with A that time was pretty cool.
Come on, this is a no-brainer, man. There's only one thing worth wishing for, and that is a ton of Mora.
But the exam's next week. If I fail again, I'm seriously done for. I'm better off wishing that my exam goes smoothly.
It's just an exam. Trust me, there's no problem you can't solve by throwing Mora at it. If it doesn't work, then just keep throwing till it does.
What are they arguing about? It's quite a spirited debate.
Huh? Really? You guys don't know? You need but stand on this land at midnight, lower your head and recite a special incantation, then your wish will come true.
Looks like you guys really aren't in the loop.
This, my friends, is the next big thing. A highly effective wish ritual guaranteed to make your wishes come true.
A wish ritual? That actually works? Right? Even Paimon knows that's just not how the world works.
I didn't believe it at first either, but that changed when it worked for someone I know. It's this guy called Kunihiko. He's practically always been unemployed, wastes his days away, and he owes a lot of money. Like a lot. But get this. I don't see him for a few days, and suddenly I find him dressed to the nines and feasting at a high-class restaurant. I heard it directly from him. He used this wishing ritual, and the next day he woke up to find his whole bed filled high with Mora.
His whole bed was filled with...
Of course, I'm sure the part about waking up lying on a bed of Mora is a bit of an exaggeration. Whether you believe it or not, it's not exactly a difficult ritual.
If you're still feeling skeptical, just ask around. There are a...
Really? Well, come on! Let's go ask around right... Well, if it really is true, then just think of all the Mora Paimon could... Oh, and you'd finally be reunited with your twin, too. Let's go, let's go!
Sure are a lot
at night.
What? It actually worked for him?
Please speak to President Sun.
On closer inspection, it seems like there really are a lot of people talking about this kind of stuff. Hey, see those two? Paimon remembers them from the AI publishing house. One's an editor and the other's an author.
Grasp the thought in mind. Clear like the light of the moon. As close as kin with you. No, thou. Wait, thee? Hear my summons, right?
No, it's not hear my summons, it's heed my summons. Heed! You're never going to get it down at this rate.
Hey, what are you guys up to?
Whoa! Sheesh, you scared me.
Incantation? Are you guys...
Junkichi is trying it out, to be specific. He's hit a bit of a creativity block recently, so... I mean, I obviously don't. But Junkichi never listens to an outside opinion, so all I can do is go along with it.
Mr. Shigeru, can you please be a little more accommodating? This is extremely important to me. People have had all kinds of wishes come true. Become more attractive, get rich quick, ace their studies. I'm just a poor, struggling writer looking to get over a creative hurdle. Is that so much to ask? Anyway, I just know this is going to work. I have a gut feeling about it.
Didn't you say the same thing when you went to make your wish at the Grand Narukami Shrine? Oh, I just know this is gonna work. I have a gut feeling about it.
The Omamori from the shrine take too long to have any effect on your luck. All right, enough of that. Help me get this
Look, to be completely honest, I think you need to sit down and have a good think about what kind of story you want. Look at you now, trying dubious methods from any old light novel.
Wait. What?
Yep, it's from the one called A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits. No, it's most likely a self-published title. It just appeared out of nowhere and took Inazuma by storm. As a fellow writer, I'll refrain from passing comment on how well the story is written.
Look, Junkichi, yes, everyone's saying it's real, it works, but that's only half the story. I've also heard lots of people saying—
What's so surprising about that? They're probably just giddy with joy at having their wish come true.
This is starting to sound a little... Why don't we go to the Grand Narukami Shrine and ask... She's the expert when it comes to both life... You're here!
Well, hello there, young ones. What brings you to the shrine? It just so happens that I have a wonderful... Oh? Well, what did you want to ask?
Well, we were just... actually, you look kind of busy. Is this a bad...
No, not at all. It's nothing major.
Lady Guji, what do you mean, nothing major? I'm begging you, you've got to help me save my brother.
It really is nothing major. I stand by that. Oh, but since you're so curious, let's have him relate the story one more time, just for you.
You two seem to have a good relationship with Guji-ai. Please, put in a good word for me. Here's what happened. My name is Kato Yohei, and my brother is Kato Shingo. All he's ever wanted is to become a sword. Domon turned him away. Took one look at him and said he didn't have what it takes to train in the art of the sword. But my brother wasn't about to resign himself to defeat. But since his victory, he's been acting extremely strange. It's like he's become a completely different person. The doctors can't find it.
You know, there really aren't as many evil spirits lurking around as you seem to think. Your brother achieved the goal he'd been striving toward for as long as he can remember, and now it's gone. If it were me, I'd just leave him be for a couple of days. He'll recover on his own.
No, Lady Guji. If you saw him for yourself, you'd know. I guarantee you he's not—
Oh, all right, all right. Then tell me.
About 5 days ago.
5 days ago, you say?
Yes, Lady Guji. That's a long time for him to be acting up like this. I'm really worried about it. Our greatest wish is to one day found our own school, just like Domon. We can't jeopardize that dream now.
Wait a minute, now I'm a little confused. Are you here to save your brother, or—
Well, they're kinda two sides of the same coin, aren't they?
Whatever. Let me ask you this. Have you heard of any interesting new rumors lately? If so—
What? Rumors?
Oh dear. What?
Lady Guji, please stop changing the subject.
Miko, he seems really desperate. His thing with his brother sounds really bad.
Okay, fine. Then it's—
Yay, Miko!
Kato, whatever your name was. These two guests are trusted acquaintances of mine, and in fact, they are—
Yeah! Wait a sec!
Really?
Is that hesitation that I detect in your voice? So let me get this straight. You come begging to—
Not at all, never. Whatever Lady Guji says, I trust wholeheartedly. Thank you two for your willingness to help. Please follow me.
No, hold on a hot second, Miko. We may be a lot of things, but we ain't exorcists.
Don't worry. If he wants an exorcist, it's a common trope in light novels, right? You just have to have a bit of bravado. As soon as the protagonist gains self-confidence, everything else just magically falls into place. Well, you were the ones who seemed concerned about his situation. Don't you think it would be a little unfair to make me— Besides, we both know you wouldn't be here at the Grand Narukami Shrine un—
This feels all wrong.
All right, let's go. Don't worry.
Okay, let's follow Yohei and go visit his brother. What is going on here? Granted, you can never be quite sure what's going on in Miko's mind, but she seems even more disinterested. Well, a life's at stake here, so it looks like we'll have to deal with that first before we'll get the chance to ask her about the incantation stuff.
How strange. My brother's been meditating here pretty much constantly over the past few days, but now he's gone.
Meditating?
Yeah, it's something that he suddenly started doing after defeating Domon's disciple. He just sits there alone, talking to himself. It's pretty disturbing, actually. But that's not important right now. Where the heck could he have gone in his current state?
This does pose a bit of a problem. If we can't find your brother, well, we can't perform an exorcism with nothing to exorcise, can we? Kato, whatever your name was, given the circumstances, why don't you start by going—
Okay. Okay, got it. I'm on it.
Miko, what about us? Shouldn't we help look for his brother too?
No need. While What's-His-Face is handling that, we'll take a walk—
Hello, sir. We'd like to ask you about the Kato brothers.
Oh, are you debt collectors? Yohei said to tell you not to worry. He'll be able to pay you back as soon as he has enrolled a few disciples.
Huh? Debt collectors? No, we're not here for anything like that. But, it sounds like Yohei and Shingo have gotten themselves into a bit of a pickle.
Well, yes. I don't think there's any disputing that. Those two don't have an ounce of dedication between them. They just hop between ideas and won't stick to anything.
Huh? But Yohei said his brother has always wanted to become a sword master, and even asked Domon to be his sensei.
That's true, yes. Shingo begged Domon to take him on, and eventually, he finally relented. But even after convincing a renowned sensei to give him a chance, he was the same as ever, bumming around in class instead of focusing on his training. In the end, Domon had had enough and kicked him out. But Shingo was resentful about it. He blamed Domon for not seeing his potential, and even declared that he would challenge a disciple of Domon to a duel.
Wait, what? That's not what we heard.
Oh, how interesting. We heard a slightly different version. My brother wasn't about to resign himself to defeat. He trained every day as hard as he could and finally proved himself by defeating one of Domon's best disciples in a duel recently.
Yohei said that? That Shingo trained hard. That's ridiculous. He just lay there cussing to high heaven all day, every day. Some training regimen, that is. Yohei did tell me about Shingo winning the fight, but I took it with a grain of salt. You can ask Kenji at the village entrance more about that. He always has reliable information.
So it's her. The one I've been waiting for. Is her.
One day, I'll be as great as Ryuji.
May the glory of the Prinzessin bring light to this world.
So it's her. The one I've been waiting for. Is her.
I created another universe and founded paradise. For I, Fischl, and the Prinzessin der Verirrt...
So it's
I do worry about the well-being of my retinue during my impromptu absence.
I'm sure the good people of the Adventurers Guild are absolutely fine, mein Fräulein.
I created another universe and founded paradise. For I, Fischl, and the Prinzessin der Verirrt...
So it's her. The one I've been waiting for. Is her.
May the glory of the Prinzessin bring light to this world.
So it's her. The one I've been waiting for. Is her.
I created another universe and founded paradise. For I, Fischl...
So it's her.
Hey there! We've come to ask you about the Kato brothers.
Oh, you mean Shingo and Yohei?
Yeah, we heard that Shingo defeated an apprentice of Domon's recently. Is that true?
Yes, it's true. Wait, so are you here because you heard they're starting their own school and you're looking to sign up?
We're not here to sign up, but we would like to hear more details about the fight.
Well, you've come to the right person. I actually went to watch it. I thought it was a joke when I first heard that Shingo was going to challenge a disciple of the Meikyo Shisui art. But when he drew his sword, he became a whole different person. The way he handled his blade, it was like flowing water, mesmerizing to watch. Domon's disciple is no pushover, but he was absolutely no match for Shingo.
Is Shingo really that strong?
Yep, he seemed pretty euphoric after winning the duel, too. He was celebrating very vocally, saying something like, "What a duel. I haven't felt this good in a long time."
Any other details to share? We've heard that Shingo has been behaving.
I'd definitely say that he has more energy than he used to. In the past, he never used to do much except lie around sunbathing all day. But just yesterday, for example, I saw him cutting down trees for the village head. In the space of one afternoon, he did what most people couldn't finish in 3 days.
Quite impressive.
Things got weird after that, though. The village head brought out some tofu for him, and he just flipped out. He shouted,
Lady Guji, esteemed exorcists. Finally, I found my brother. He's at the waterfall, and I've got the salt you have.
Oh, as much as I'd prefer to stay and hear some more delicious detail.
Look over there. That's him at the waterfall.
So this is Yohei's brother. Whoa. He's meditating while sitting in a waterfall. That's pretty wild. Hey, listen. He's...
Woo! How's that? Can you... Can you feel... the feeling? Found your own school. Ha! So shallow. Please, spare me. Spare me. I can't take any more. I'm gonna die. Yohei. Yohei! Say...
Did you hear that? All the nonsense aside, he's going...
Huh? Who goes there?
He stood up. And now he's coming this way.
No, don't come any closer. Help!
What do we do? Miko, think of something!
Oh, poor Yohei. Your brother's life is hanging in the balance, and he's using his... The way it looks to me is that Shingo feels terribly resentful
I don't know what to tell you.
You don't know. But surely you should have more insight than anyone. Yohei, I suggest you think very carefully. Your brother is your closest relative. You must have noticed straight away when... And yet, 5 whole days pass before it occurs to you to come...
But,
As you wish. It's fine by me. But after Shingo dies, you'll be next. It's futile trying to escape. Anywhere in the world you run to, it will be right behind your back. After all, you did summon it together.
All right, I'll talk. I'll tell you everything. Yes, that's it. The one that's all the rage right now. You just have to recite just like the book described. We drew the magic symbol, stepped inside it barefoot at midnight, said the incantation. After my brother wished to become a swordmaster, it really worked. Out of nowhere, he suddenly had these amazing sword skills. But his whole personality, because I was worried that if he goes back to normal, he'll lose his skills with the sword. If that happens, it'd ruin our plans to start a martial arts school, and we'd be back to being poor. I just wanted to keep this under wraps until we'd managed to get the dojo set up and paid off our debts.
So then, why'd you go to the Grand Naru?
Well, 'cause with the way he's acting now, I was worried that rumors might start spreading that he's gotten involved in the... So I was thinking that maybe Lady Guji might have a way...
My, look at... Stop deluding yourself. These newfound sword skills are not his. They belong to...
You're right, you're right. We were wrong to do what we did.
All right, then. Your turn now, my little friend. Toss the salt, and then draw your sword.
What is that?
It's the spirit!
See that? That's what you summoned. And look, now that Shingo's no use, it's coming straight for you.
Save me! Save me!
Miko! He fainted! What do we do now?
We do nothing. But you, little one, just a quick fight and this will all be over.
Come on.
He's coming! Be careful!
The wind knows me.
Rest and rebuild!
Transfiguration!
Do your master's bidding!
Into the wind.
Mein Fräulein.
Billowing surge! Allow me!
This.
That was great! Excellent! I haven't felt this great in a long, long time.
He disappeared! But he looked... Huh. Well, Paimon sure is confused.
We can talk about it later. They're about to wake up.
What am I doing here? Yohei? Yohei, is that you?
Shingo, are you all right?
Yohei, I had the weirdest dream. I dreamed that I wasn't a useless loser with a sword anymore. I even beat one of Domon's disciples. I thought we could finally open a dojo of our own now. But then I realized I couldn't control my own body. I was terrified, and I wanted to take control of my body back, but I couldn't.
Shingo, we shouldn't have made that wish. We summoned a...
Yes, and had we not come to your rescue, your life would have been over before...
Thank you, Lady Guji, and thank you for yours.
All right, take him to get some rest. He will experience a high fever, but it won't be fatal. At this point, I would normally lecture you on the dire consequences of using occult methods to obtain power that does...
Yes, we understand now. We won't do it ever again.
Thank you, Lady Guji. Thank you, exorcists. We'll be on our way then. Come on, Shingo.
Miko, would they really have lost their lives if we hadn't gotten him? And if so, why the heck were you so...
They would have been fine. I had to scare them a little, though. Otherwise, I hardly think these...
So, what was it that possessed Shingo?
You saw it all for yourselves. I'm sure you can figure out what kind of spirit had possessed him, can't you?
Paimon's got...
Correct. Although it possessed Shingo, it didn't have any ill intentions. As a matter of fact, it actually seemed like it was trying to train Shingo to become bolder.
Huh. Fair enough. But it seems like it had the opposite effect.
Tossing salt caused it to temporarily leave Shingo's body. Then, you exhausted its strength by fighting it, so it disappeared. Even if we'd done nothing at all, Shingo would have eventually become too weak for his body to host the spirit, and it would have left of its own accord. Of course, it would have been more stressful for Shingo and Yohei that way.
Whew. Well, the main thing...
All right, seems like we've wrapped up
Hold on, Miko. You say everything's wrapped up, but are you sure about...
You mean you disagree? Oh, you mean that they got the incantation from that book. Yes, I know the one.
Actually, that book's the whole reason we came looking for you at the shrine today.
Human beings don't have powers like us yokai. It's quite understandable for them to be interested in incantations to...
That's not the point. The problem is that the incantations in the...
Even then, humans only have so much strength. Even if they do succeed...
But who wrote this book? And why? Don't we think... What do you think, Traveler? You're right. Big events in the light novel market should be at the center...
Lady Yai,
Kuroda, what are you doing here?
I'm here to report on Yai Publishing House's sales for the last month. All the numbers are here. Please, take a look.
Let me see. What? We're losing market share?
Yes. Overall bestseller, readers' favorite, and trending ranking. We're being beaten. One book is topping the charts. It's called...
Both of you, back here now!
Miko? What is it?
Things just got serious. A first-hand guide to summoning spirits is an all-round hit. Summarily, just what is that supposed to mean? I worked extremely hard to promote our latest featured work, and now a rival book comes out of nowhere and steals our thunder. I have to come up with a counterplan. And you...
Huh? How is this our problem all of a sudden?
Paimon, please. Who wrote this book and why? Don't we think there might be... Am I to take it that the safety of the people of Inazuma isn't so important in your eyes?
Wait, what just happened?
Nothing's wrong, okay? Come on. I'm going to head back and make some preparations. Meet me outside the yacht.
Miko, we're here. So what's your plan of action to deal with this rival book?
Why don't you take a guess? I'll give you a hint. It's to do with the Yai Publishing House.
Oh, Paimon knows! Combine the reputation of the Yai Publishing House with the status of Guji Yai and tell everyone that the incantations in that book are dangerous!
Oh, wow. Your first guess and you got it absolutely wrong.
Yeah! Wait! Seriously? That wasn't it?
A first-hand guide to summoning spirits is the hottest light novel right now. If we did as you suggested, we would effectively be advertising to everyone that the incantations are real. In bending over backwards trying to warn everyone about the dangers, all we would accomplish is to create more curious readers ready to try them out. Also, sales for the book would only increase further.
Okay, yeah, that would be pretty catastrophic. Oh, how about we confiscate all the copies?
Leaving aside the issue of the enormous manpower and resources such an operation would require, going to such lengths over a light novel would be extremely disruptive to the...
But that means there's nothing we can do.
Well, I've been thinking. I've read a first-hand guide to summoning spirits. It has many... The book contains many ancient kaiden, or tales of the supernatural. and is written in a I think we're going to have a difficult time. That's right. How do you get rid of the next big thing? So what we're going to do is create Ina's, smash our rivals' sales numbers, and win our readers back. Incidentally, this will also be the best way to combat the influence of...
Wait, Miko. So you want us to write a novel?
Well, becoming an accomplished novelist certainly isn't an overnight process. I did say this is what we're going to do. Anyway, there is a writer's submission event going on at the moment. Start by talking to readers and finding out what they're into. When you have... I'll be at Uyu Restaurant. Find me there when you're done. I will assemble a team.
Adding weird characters to the characters. Everything is going smoothly, just as I planned.
The key to a successful... When to use illustrations, what they should contain. Good illustrations can make up for bad writing. There's a saying that light novels are essentially a case of buy art, get words free. I'd agree with that. Too bad most of the top artists have... The illustrations in A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits are incredible, but it...
I'll be honest. I read light novels. In most traditional stories, the protagonist usually has this long and drawn-out character arc. By contrast, there's this popular light novel at the moment called A First-Hand Guide to The protagonist is a kitsune who has not only mastered the secret art of incantations,
The Yai Publishing House has helped. The winner gets a huge
I've been reading light novels for a long time now. I'm mainly into big, ambitious... These days, though, everyone seems to be imitating each other. The only recent book worth... Not only is it a good story, but the...
There's much more to light novels than Paimon realized. Let's go tell our findings to Yai Miko.
There you are. Let me introduce the team. You've already met Junkichi and Shigeru. Shigeru is an experienced editor, and Junkichi is the author he's partnered with. Junkichi's working through a creative lull at the moment, but all his past works have been very popular with young people. Satomi is Yai Publishing House's ace in the hole. Her specialty is that she can write all kinds of completely different stories. They will be teaming up with us to collectively create the novel that knocks A First-Hand Guide to Summoning. Now then, tell me what you found out about readers' preferences. All very true. An original core concept, a fast pace, quality. More importantly than that, even though it's a work of fiction, we have to
Paimon followed pretty much all of that, but there's still, for example, we know we need a...
Before you can answer that, take A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits, for example. When I read it, all I find is common knowledge to the kitsune. As a traveler, there must be a great many things you know that are complete unknowns to the people.
Oh, right! So maybe we can take it... But that would make it a...
Not at all. You don't have to worry so much about how to compete with that book. All you have... As long as the core content is interesting,
Alright, let's start with Chapter 1 then. What are you thinking? This sounds like a great one! here. The protagonist arrives in Mondstadt for the first time to the site of a with the help of some trusty companions, the protagonist successfully human. Let us work together to build a better future. Well, that was an unexpected development. What happened to the grand What? But that's so misleading.
Out of a maximum of 10, the story certainly goes in an unorthodox direction, and the Dragon Girl sound.
What the heck?
Good job, little one. You're not only drawing on your own experiences, but it seems your thoughts from the experts. Are we able to work with this general?
Yeah, we think it works. I tend to overcomplicate the core concept if I'm not careful, so...
That's good. Okay, we're done with Chapter 1. Let's move on to Chapter 2.
Huh? Won't that do for now?
Readers will devour your content a lot more quickly than you'd think. If we don't keep delivering... Hurry, Chapter 2, let's go. Can't you see...
Huh? What's wrong with you? You don't look so good.
What a pity. I thought your beginner's luck would...
Before it came to what?
The bane of our existence. Writer's block. It's your arch nemesis for life, appearing without warning and inflicting a pain.
Sounds awful!
When this happens, the best thing you can do is... boss, get me a plate of fried... Don't worry. This is my treat.
Your treat? Oh, wait a minute.
Of course. Everyone that takes part in the
All right, cool. Then let's press on, shall we? Don't give up now. For this thing. Ooh! Does this mean your inspirations come back? The Liyue Academy has more student clubs than you can shake a stick at. And as the new kid on the block, the protagonist is the one they're all fighting over. There's the Culinary Club, the Architecture Club, the Funerary Club, taking a chance on their youthful dreams. 4 newcomers,
I give it a 9.5. A classic tale of youth and friendship. It never... I especially like the head of the club. Great character design. She really has rock and roll... Great. Well, now Satomi can get...
Leave it to me, Lady Yai.
Let's write about Inazuma in the 3rd chapter, shall we? I can help with this one. We can use the Vision Hunt Decree or your experience in the Resistance. Any ideas?
When the Vision Hunt Decree comes out of nowhere, the protagonist joins the Resistance, starting out as an ordinary rank-and-file soldier. Find out how the protagonist goes on to make great contributions to the war effort, become best friends with the Resistance General, and,
I think it's rather good. A lot of people still like the classic hero's journey. From one thing, though. We'll need to rewrite the part about me giving you the Omamori. Let's change it to... The mysterious Lady Kitsune teaches the protagonist a spell that can make their wit...
Whoa! So we really go...
I suppose so. Once they're done writing the...
Are we done then? Do you really think this will be able to beat a first-hand guide to summoning spirits?
The content is fine. Now we just need to promote it. I will contact an artist to make some illustrations. I'm positive they will be at least as good as those in A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits. We'll also need an endorsement. She runs a regular Q&A column in That's Life magazine. You're free to take a break while the creative team is doing their work, but please go by the Yai Publishing House at some point to commission Ms. Hina for that recommendation.
That's just like Erika, always refining her craft.
Welcome to Uyu Restaurant. Please, talk to me if you want to order.
Miss Hina doesn't usually do endorsements, but since it's Lady Guji, with Miss Hina getting so popular lately, a lot of people. But Miss Hina's not interested in any of it. She still prefers to focus. Maybe that's why her fans like her so much. I'm getting off topic here. Anyway, if we can, may your light novel sell well and set a new record.
We'll do our best.
Are you sure you'd like to submit this entry? Let me see. The Miraculous Adventures of the Traveler by Thousand Hands.
What a strange pen name. Definitely your doing. Having been around you so much recently.
What do you mean, strange? It took a lot of work by a lot of different people.
We'll get this printed as a matter of priority and conduct trial sales in pilot locations throughout Inazuma. I'll announce this.
Uh-oh. Paimon's getting a little nervous now. Do you really think this is gonna...
That's right. Be confident in your work. That's
Okay, then I'll sign you up. Please come back in 3 days. Thank you all for your submission. I wish you the very best.
One with nature.
You've all finally made it. Good news, everyone. I just received word that your light novel is flying off the shelves. Multiple sales locations are asking when we'll be printing more copies.
Woohoo! That's great!
This level of success is an amazing accomplishment for a new work. Most new books don't sell 30% of what you've sold. I have free copies for each of you here. Please take them. The payment will follow shortly, and...
Oh, yeah! The whole reason why we made this light novel was to combat the influence of a first-hand guide to summoning spirit. We sold a lot of copies, but it doesn't feel like we...
Shh. Listen to what the people around us are talking about.
Hey guys, have you heard about this latest Kaidan thing doing the rounds? You just need to recite the incantation from a first-hand guide to...
Oh, that? That's a throwback. That's old news, man. No one's talking about that anymore. The Secret Spells of Lady Kitsune is the new hit thing. I've already memorized all...
The Secret Spells of Lady Kitsune?
You haven't read it yet? Okay, so supposedly, If you recite the spell in there on a moonless night, you'll receive protection of... I heard that the incantations in a first-hand guide to summoning spirits have weird side effects. This one guy wished for a load of Mora and got it. They actually had to use one of the secret spells of Lady Kitsune to get... That proves that the incantations in this book are more potent than the ones everyone was...
Really? Well, I better go and prepare too.
Well, feeling less worried now?
Wow, you're right! Everyone's shifting folk, but what's this moonless... Hyman doesn't remember that detail from the brainstorming session.
This is something that will become very important.
There's a phase, Tim!
Of course. Behind every book that hits the market lies an author.
Oh, yeah. If we leave him to his own devices, he might just write another... Also, we still need to figure out what his motive for writing it was.
Exactly. That's what we need to take care of next. Fortunately, I've already managed to identify the author. He's a fail... But when we went to ask him about it, he had no recollection whatsoever of having... Yes, this is another case of possession. Only this time, after his novel submission failed, he was walking aimlessly in Araumi. In frustration, he shouted out,
But the spirit that wrote the book is already...
Simple. It wrote a summoning incantation in the book, and you, my little friend, are the perfect candidate for this role. Oh, what are you talking about?
Time to go.
Miko, what is this place?
The ideal spot for a little meet and greet with a certain...
Really? But it feels...
That's... What are you so afraid of, honestly? We're finally about to meet the true author.
Paimon's heart is pounding, but Hey! Wait up! Ooh, Paimon's scared. What a weird painting. Miko, do you know what it's supposed to show?
Probably a scene from ancient...
It's a good piece of artwork and all. Looks like the artist signed their name.
Let's go inside and take a look.
Into the wind. My God, clouds hide. The birds call.
Come on out. Come on out.
Oz, reveal thyself! Rest and rebuild!
To the fairy.
Transfiguration. One with nature.
Yes.
Wow, this place is huge! Hey, is that a mirror? There's a really weird-looking stool as well. Wonder what it's for.
Ah, I see. Huh. This setup is quite handy. Saves me a lot of work. All right, go and take a look around. There should be a mechanism somewhere that makes the whole room move.
Shadow Raven!
Falling leaves, adorn my night! The wind knows me.
Torrent, bring refuge! Allow me!
Cryo Incarnate! Transfiguration!
A sight to behold. Right here. Emerge. Right now.
Into the wind. As one with wind and cloud.
This battle.
The wind knows me.
By royal decree, hold the line!
Take your true form!
Emerge. Right here. Right now.
Midnight Phantasmagoria! Covenants of the Deep!
You win this battle.
Into the wind. Clouds high. The birds come.
Rest and rebuild!
By ordinance divine!
Nothing lasts forever. Okay. Next, I will show you a secret kitsune spell. This painting is a swift summoning medium, which means I'll be able to skip many of the more tedious steps. The murky mirror reflects the view of Inazuma in a bygone age. Spirits stirred by the sight of the past will be easily drawn to it. You're up next, little one. Come on, sit yourself down here. Yes. The whole point of a summoning ritual is for a dead person's spirit to possess a living person's body. You saw what happened to that Oni samurai spirit. After leaving the host's body, he was only—
Are we positive that summoning a spirit to possess the traveler isn't gonna have an—
Oh, you really care about the little one quite a lot, don't you? I'm a little jealous. I wish my friends were caring like that. Anyway, are you scared, little friend? Don't you worry now. It'll be over soon. Just think of it like having a— Sit on the chair, stare at the painting, and relax your body and mind. Try and be natural. There's really no need to be nervous.
It's like he's sitting inside the painting. Huh? Is Paimon seeing things? Did the painting just move?
Recite the incantation in your heart, little one. Also, you'll need to have some intense thoughts going through your head. A wish, for example. Now, what kind of wish do we think it would take to summon forth the author of A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits? Anyone?
Probably something to do with writing?
Very good. The wish needs to be heartfelt, though, so let me help add a little realism to the equation. The book is selling exceptionally well, Traveler, but we're going to need an outline for Chapter 4 as soon as humanly possible. When is the earliest that you can turn it in by?
I never thought the day would come when I'd be summoned using my own ritual. Getting a taste of my own medicine. What have we here? Another budding writer? What's come over you all? Why is everyone wishing for help with their writing? Are novels so popular in this day and age?
We got you! So you were the one who wrote a first-hand guide to summoning spirits. What are you trying to do, Why'd you put that summoning incantation in the book, huh? What's your game here?
Huh? What's this? Oh, I see. No wonder this felt so familiar. I've walked right into your trap, haven't I? You ask me what my game is here? Well, of course. It was to use this incantation as a means for all the souls of the departed yokai to make their glorious return.
What? Paimon knew it! You had an evil plan all along!
Oh, did you now? Then how naive of you. I sense. Yes, great good. Good! With this power, no one shall be able to stand in my way.
Wake up! Quick! Wake up! We gotta
It is futile. You shall never wake him again. This body now belongs to...
Hey! Come on, wake up! Don't let him take your mind! Miko, think of something! You're laughing?
Oh, Rakusai, you haven't changed a bit. You caught on so quickly.
Well, you made the face enough times that I couldn't exactly miss the hint. This is... Look what you've done to this little flying one here. Oh.
You were having plenty of fun playing the bad guy a moment ago.
Rakusai? Miko...
Yes, we do. Of course we do.
Allow me to formally introduce the author of A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits. No, wait. To be more...
Memory? But...
Ah, spirits, memories. They're just different words to describe the same thing. Something that comes from the ley line.
Do you remember that recent incident when the Rift Hounds were gnawing at the sacred... You witnessed human memories leaking from the ley lines, didn't you? Well, since they're in life, yokai possess supernatural powers. And even when they are a shadow of their former selves from a bygone... Typically, yokai memories survive longer in the world than those of humans.
Indeed, indeed. I was wandering around the sacred Sakura's roots. It piqued my curiosity. So
So that's how it happened.
Oh, little one. Not to toot my own horn here, but when I was alive, I wasn't just another kitsune, no. But with this incantation, they can go one last little joyride in the world for a couple of days.
But...
She's trying to say that all the commotion this causes is likely to be a...
Disturbance? I guess you mean that we might leave them with some broken dreams after we leave, Oh, yes. And they might. But you know, I actually think that the most admirable thing about human beings is the way that they go out and... As for those who would rather draw on external power than seek to improve themselves, it's quite... So when you think about it, we're actually doing the humans a big
Yes.
All right, then. You finally convinced Paimon.
What are you scared of, little one? Don't be deceived by her day-to-day antics. Miko is actually one...
Not only that, Irakusai, but my latest work has beaten that book you wrote, A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirit.
Of course. You were never one to make extra work for yourself where you can help it. You were always the one to pick a quarrel with me when we all used to get... All right. You win, I lose.
I finally get to hear you say it centuries later.
I remember when you were just a little girl.
Oh, Irakusai, how much...
Not much. That goes for all. Everyone's quite content in many ways. But they...
Don't you worry about when my bell rings, it means the moonless night.
Miko, it's been nice catching up. But I'd better conserve my energy if I want to stick it out until then.
All right. Goodbye.
One last thing, Miko.
I've been great, of course. Especially these days. Not only do I have my... And even A is finally starting...
Oh, well,
Urakusai, you'd be right at home. A great storyteller and artist like yourself would be the Yae Publishing House's ace in the hole.
He disappeared. Are you awake? How are you feeling?
Are you all there? Here, like last time, repeat after me. Oh, you beat me to it. So, your first possession, What was it like? Good. Hearing Rakusai admit defeat has put me in the most wonderful mood. In return, it's only fair that we make sure... Yes, though they only represent a tiny proportion of them. Since you've come this far, why don't you do one last thing for me?
You cannot be serious, Miko. You guys teamed up to scare Paimon just...
Aw, come on. I'm really only asking you to finish what you...
Paimon's paycheck? Well, there's no way out now.
Time to go.
Well, hello there, my little helpers. So nice of you to join me. You're right on time, too.
As if we had a choice. We just want our paychecks. So, Miko, what exactly do we have to do to make this Hyakuyaku happen? Also, to be clear, we actually have no idea what it even means.
It might sound ominous, but to put it simply, the Hyakuyaku is just a gathering of the yokai. Back in the day at yokai gatherings, once everyone had had plenty to drink, one by one they'd start soaring into the sky with their yokai powers. There were so many of them that their silhouettes would block out the moon. But now, the yokai memories that leak from the ley lines are weak. They are no longer able to fly. So I will be performing a convocation ritual for them, gathering all the wandering memories together in one place. When the time comes, they will gather in the sky above the Grand Narukami Shrine. Once their energy is spent, they will be satisfied and return to where they belong. All the preparations for the ritual have actually been made well in advance. Remember the incantation and the mention of moonless night that I added to our novel?
Oh, yeah! Something about reciting the secret spells of Lady Kitsune on a moonless night.
That's the one. Actually, it's not a wish-granting incantation at all. It's a spell to help calm the ley line memories. When that time comes, let's all pitch in and help send them on. I will start the ritual preparations shortly, and at that time, I need you to do two things. First, tell the shrine maidens to leave the mountain. During the Hyakuyaku, a whole swarm of yokai memories will... After that, I will commence the memories are normally they may see this as an opportunity...
All right, got it.
Well, if it...
Okay, let's...
Kami, please. See that he stays safe.
Descend the mountain? Are those Lady Gucci's orders?
Yep, Miko said the ritual she's gonna perform soon might pose a physical danger to you all.
I see. I'll
We'll be taking care of a couple other things for her. And once we're done with that, we're gonna come back and do the ritual together.
It seems like Lady Gucci places great trust. Lady Gucci's never allowed anyone else to be in her presence when she's... Thank you for helping with the ritual.
Don't worry, we're much... Miko's about to start the ritual. Come on, let's go deal with the monsters down the mountain.
Follow the wind.
These monsters look really riled up. Yep. Let's get rid of them as fast as we can. Then we can get back in time to see the... All right, here they come.
The wind knows me.
Oz, reveal thyself.
As one with wind and cloud.
Transfiguration.
You will regret this. Billowing surge. Let's move out.
Do your master's bidding.
Clouds high. The birds come.
By royal decree.
Take your true form.
Shadow Raven, let night fall.
Into the wind.
Feeble.
One with nature. Fallen leaves adorn my
Torrent, bring ruffians.
Hide the berry.
There's so many of them. Come on, you can do it.
Cryo incarnate.
I dare you. As one with wind and cloud.
Wings of darkness. Come, sever night from day.
Transfiguration.
All right, that's the last of the monsters. How far along do you think the ritual is? Let's head back to the Grand Narukami Shrine and take a look.
Yes, the memories of the yokai. They haven't been able to relax and soar through the air like this for a long time. Come with me. You all right, little one? You look a little nervous.
It's just, Hyman's never seen anything like this before. Whoa, they've really blocked out the moon.
It does look a little intimidating, doesn't it? But I know them. They may be loud and brash at times, but they are good and brave souls. Even after losing their lives in a brutal war, they have never given in to grief or despair. Alas, their time is short.
Do they really have to go?
It's a feast, and all feasts come to an end. Since you're sorry to see them leave, why don't you do the recital along with me? O Hakushin, cause of this enchantment, in reverence I perform this rite.
In reverence, I perform this rite.
To be a guiding light.
Wow, so beautiful! Look! Lights are coming from Inazuma City!
The book says, recite the secret spells of Lady Kitsune tonight, and our wishes will come true.
O Hakushin, cause of this enchantment.
I perform this rite to be a guiding light. Your unrivaled power
Will be honored eternally.
Murakusai, you asked if I was doing well. Really, every day is a happy day for me. But watching you all leave now, I can't help but feel a little lonely. Just a little, of course. Just as I thought. The ritual went very smoothly. Oh, I'm great.
But the look on your face just now...
I'm fine, seriously. Really? No.
Miko!
Fine. Well, if you're dead set on doing something...
Sure, no problem. Amila did.
Okay. Well, see you soon then.
Today is the day we agreed to treat Miko to a meal. The venue is Ui...
Time to go.
Oh, the wait is unbearable. How is the next chapter of the miraculous adventures of the traveler not—
It was quite a surprise when the moonless night finally came.
Yeah, that huge black cloud over Mount Yogo that night.
But then nothing happened after I made a wish using the method in that book.
Yeah. I guess light novels are...
That night was definitely the nail in the coffin for the incantations from novels fad. Still, so...
Huh? Paimon can't see Miko anywhere. Guess she's not out here.
Ah, my little friends. There you are.
Miko, what is this?
I did, yes. Your pain. The thought of being able to eat the most expensive dishes. Ah, boss, see these two faces here? Remember that.
All righty.
What's gotten into you? Come on, sit yourselves down. You have to try this fish. It's found exclusively in the waters around Seirai Island. Or maybe you'd rather try this? I know, I know. If you don't drink alcohol, that's fine too. They're all...
Last time we were here working on the novel, all you ordered for...
Strange. I remember no such thing. Oh, so what? You did offer to treat me to a meal, didn't you?
Miko, this meal is going to be super...
Oh, don't you worry about that. You...
What? Darn it! She tricked us into this! Miko was after our Mora from the very beginning!
Oh, by the way, since nobody's wishes came true on the... So you'll have to come up with something new for the... The deadline is looming. I'm...
Please, talk to me if you want to order.
Is there anything in the world that will satisfy my taste buds?
Water from the hot springs has magical powers to heal your body and soul.
Is there anything in the world that will satisfy my taste buds?
Water from the hot springs has magical powers to heal your body and soul.